Welcome to this short presentation about how to add $1 million plus to your business without doing all the work. I'm Christopher Huntley, and today I'm going to tell you how I added $1.2 million to my business, built a team of 35 people, grew an online following of over 1 million people, and added 2 million names to my email list in only 8 months. I like to move fast, I like results, I value time over money, so make sure you have a pen, a piece of paper, and lots of energy because I've packed a lot of important information in this presentation, and there's going to be homework that you need to complete when we're done. So ready, set, go. First, we have to talk about the bad news. And the bad news is that Entrepreneur Magazine found that only 2% of business owners reported having annual revenues of $1 million plus. Shopify found that only 1.7% of online businesses reach the $1 million mark in annual revenue. And Stripe found that less than 0.5% of US online businesses generate over $1 million in annual revenue. You've probably heard someone say that the first million is the hardest. And that's true. It's not easy, but what most people won't tell you is that it doesn't get easier. The second million is hard, the third million is hard. Until you get to 10 million, each million is hard. Having a 7-figure business is not easy, and being a millionaire does not mean you're rich. And the really bad news is that most coaches, consultants, and experts never reach 7 figures. Those who do reach the 7-figure mark rarely reach 8 figures. Most of them go back to 6 figures or worse. They burn out. I'm sure you know what that feels like. Now, let's talk about the good news. You're in the top 1% of business owners. You're here on this presentation and you're proactively solving this problem. And studies have shown that online businesses doing $1 million plus in annual revenue that invest in strategic planning, market research, and innovative product development experience more growth and more profitability. But the really good news is that there's a system for scaling past 7 figures and reaching 8 figures. It takes less than 8 weeks to install and implement, and it requires the business owner to work less in order to achieve more revenue and more profitability. And this is exactly what I will reveal to you during this short presentation. This is how it works. Paul increased his revenue 25% in 30 days. Melvin increased by 37% in 30 days. Claire grew her business 91% in 90 days. Daniel increased revenue by 172% in 6 months. David grew his business 108% in 12 months, and Chris saw 166% growth in 12 months. And this is why world-renowned companies have hired my team and me to consult and train their team members. Companies like Citigroup, Unilever, Mitsubishi, Danone, BMW, Nestle, Beeline, and Coca-Cola. So real quick, this is me. I'm a business growth expert with clients in over 150 countries around the world. I also own a marketing agency and a marketing automation platform. I'm an investor, a business coach, and a serial entrepreneur. But more importantly, I'm a husband, a father, an avid reader, a tech geek, a philosophy nerd, a psychology dork, a soccer player, a music lover, a traveler, and a language enthusiast. But it wasn't always like this. Everyone has a story, and here's mine. I was in huge debt, living in my friend's one-room apartment with 3 other people, sleeping on half of a sofa, wearing my friend's clothes, and eating apples every day instead of meals because I couldn't afford food. It was tough. It was hard, and I thought it wasn't my fault. I blamed the system, the government, rich people, poor people, family, friends, and everyone and everything that wasn't me. It took a long time before I realized that my future was in my hands alone and that my past was a result of my own actions and no one else's. And in a short period of time, I transformed myself into a business owner and a marketer who had a 7-figure business, millions of followers, and an amazing team of people behind me. And I remember what happened when I reached $1 million. I thought I had finally made it. My friends and family thought that too. They thought I was sitting on a mountain of cash and living on Easy Street. But the truth was that I was tired. I was confused, and I didn't know what to do next. I tried lots of systems, bought lots of programs, hired coaches and agencies, and honestly wasted a lot of money and time. It was a struggle to go from 1 million to 2 million. The things that worked at $1 million just didn't work anymore. Thankfully, I found the right system that let me work in my business less so that I could work on my business more. And when I did that, I added another $1 million to my business, and I never looked back. So I've talked about myself maybe a little too much. Now you know who I am. Now you know my story. But I realized that so many people think $1 million is a magical number. They think it's a threshold for success. And the truth is that most business owners who reach this level never figure out the changes that need to be made to reach the next million and the next million and to get to 8 figures. They burn out and their business burns down. And I've seen it happen time and time again. So I became obsessed with understanding why this happens. Why do such successful people and successful businesses burn out and fail? Here are some reasons why. They're not charging enough for their valuable time. They have inconsistent leads or sales. They're looking for a magic pill, a quick fix that will suddenly make all of their problems disappear overnight. They're working too hard and they get overwhelmed. Their business model isn't scalable. They might have thought it was scalable when their goal was to reach 1 million, but now that they've reached it, things need to be changed to continue scaling. They're doing everything themselves, and maybe they think that no one else can do what they do. They live in survival mode. They aren't able to rapidly expand because they don't have good margins or cash flow, or they're just running around putting out fires all day. They're always trying something new. That was one of my problems. There will always be something new, and people will always be talking about the latest trick or tool or system. And if you chase all of them, none of them will work. They aren't tracking the right metrics. They're wasting time on sales calls with unqualified leads. They create and post endless social media content, usually without measuring the results, and they might even value followers and subscribers over dollars in the bank. Their advertising isn't profitable. Sometimes they don't even know customer acquisition costs, or they don't use analytics or business intelligence systems to understand where customers come from. That's typically when they hire expensive agencies that underperform. They believe that they can throw some money at a marketing agency or an advertising agency to generate traffic, leads, and purchases, even though their problems are rooted deeper in their business structure. And you probably know most agencies will happily take your money regardless of the results they get you. Another thing I found was that business owners at this level very often suffer from analysis paralysis. They feel stuck. Sometimes they want to give up and start from zero again. They keep looking for a silver bullet, that special thing they can do in a couple of hours that will suddenly make them 8-figure entrepreneurs. And that's why they're constantly redoing everything. New funnels, new lead magnets, new positions in their company, new social media profiles, new agencies, new ads, new videos, but the same old lousy results. In some cases, they aren't even reinvesting into their business. Around the $1 million mark is when some people buy a fancy car, buy an unnecessarily large house, buy extravagant gifts and vacations, and they think they can afford it. But that money quickly disappears, never comes back, and their business is stagnant or declining. And so many business owners at this level think that they know everything. They think it's stupid to ask for help or to pay for help. They think no one can do what they can do. They think they're special. They think their business is so unique that no one else will understand. I call this know-it-all syndrome. And to make it even worse, so many of them start to destroy everything they've built by self-sabotaging. They develop habits, beliefs, and behaviors that work against them because everyone around them thinks they're successful, but in reality, they're stressed out, don't know what to do next, and they've lost trust in themselves to make the right decisions. Their business will soon be engulfed in flames. If you are in any of those situations, it's time to put out the fire. Not a quick fix, not a magic pill, not a silver bullet. Those things don't work. It's time to put the fire out forever. So let me show you what to do when your business is in flames, so you can turn down the heat and turn up the profit, like they did. It's as simple as stop, drop, and roll. Simple solutions are the best. Don't be a fly. Don't bang your head against the glass when you can easily fly through an open door. Keep it super simple. So the first step to extinguishing the burnout in your business is to stop. I'm sure you're busy. I'm sure you've got projects that need to be finished. You've got tasks that are incomplete. You've got meetings with your team. But the first thing you need to do is stop and take a look at which doors might already be open. When I work with business owners, they're often so stuck in the day-to-day activities of what's happening in their business right now that they overlook easy, simple solutions that could completely transform their business with very little additional work required. In fact, In most cases, they will actually reduce the hours and work time required, and they'll start making more money because of it. So part of stopping is reorganizing and reimagining how your business operates. And some of the key elements you need to consider are the time value continuum, your positioning, your pricing, your offer suite, and your overall focus. So many business owners undervalue their own time, probably because when you first start your business, you put so much time into growing it. You sacrifice a lot of hours in exchange for initial growth. But it's extremely important for you to reevaluate this kind of behavior right now. So ask yourself, how much is 1 hour of your current time worth? Here's a simple equation to figure it out. Write it down because this will be important later. Take your current annual revenue, divide it by 40 because you probably don't want to work more than 40 weeks a year. If you have a different number of weeks that you want to work in the year, then use a different number. I'm just using 40 as an example because I want to have 12 weeks to travel and do other stuff in my life. Next, divide that number by 25 because you probably don't want to work more than 5 hours a day and you probably don't want to work more than 5 days a week. Again, if you have a different number here, that's fine. My number is 5 hours per day and 5 days a week. And this is how you can figure out how much your time is really worth right now. You can see that if you make $1 million per year, work 40 weeks and 25 hours per week, then each of your hours is worth $1,000. So the question is, are you wasting hours? Are you selling yourself short? Are your prices too cheap? If you currently generate less money than the number in the equation, then the answer is yes. Now let's do the same math for our desired annual revenue number. How much should your time be worth? Use the same equation, but this time use your desired annual revenue number. Let's say you want to go from $1 million to $2 million. That means you should be charging at least $2,000 per hour. And the question is, can you charge that much? You don't have to sell an hourly service or even do one-on-one work with your clients, but you should generate this much per hour of your work. And the answer is yes, you can charge that much. And this means we need to reevaluate your positioning. You see, most business owners keep undervaluing their own time even after reaching 7 figures in their business because they think they need to do the same things that worked to get them to 7 figures. But they are wrong, and here's why. In every market, there are different levels of clients, and there are different solutions that serve those different levels of clients. Just like restaurants. There are fast food restaurants, and there are 3-star Michelin-rated restaurants. They both sell the same product. Food, drinks, and a dining experience. So which one are you? Is your business a McDonald's churning out burger after burger for the lowest price possible? Or is your business an exquisite establishment offering the finest gourmet dishes to the upper echelon of your audience who know what they want and are willing to pay whatever it takes to get it? Most business owners think their business and their niche is unique or different, but it's the same in your market. You can attract people who value money over time. They will always be concerned with your prices. They'll always compare your price to what others charge. They'll always try to find the cheapest way to get something, even if that means they waste a lot of time in the process. And honestly, most of the time, those cheaper options don't work very well, so they end up wasting money too. Or you can attract people who value time over money. They're looking for results. They're ready to pay whatever it takes to reach their goals. And the interesting thing is that they will complain less, be more thankful for your help, and they'll take the actions necessary to make it work for them. So ask yourself, who would you rather serve? Now look at your current positioning in the market and ask yourself who you are currently targeting, because you have to speak to the audience you want to attract. And when you know who you're speaking to, you understand the bigger problems that you can solve for them. That's how we've been able to transform offers in multiple niches. For example, taking a $500 one-time purchase for a course from a coach and turning it into a $5,000 recurring offer. Or taking a $2,000 one-time English course and transforming it into a $7,500 recurring package. Or starting with a $3,000 one-time online course and turning it into a $30,000 recurring done-with-you offer, or taking a $10,000 one-time marketing offer and transforming it into a $120,000 recurring offer that keeps clients coming back again and again. You see, the numbers really aren't important. The important question to ask yourself is, who do you target and who do you attract? High-ticket buyers value time over money, and they want to get where they're going quickly and in style. Low-ticket buyers value money over time, and they need you to hold their hand while they complain about each step of the journey. High-ticket buyers go to the Ferrari dealership, choose the best option, and leave with the keys a few minutes later. They know what they want, and they want it now. Low-ticket buyers go to the Hyundai dealership, ask about all of the features and benefits, take it for a test drive, argue about the price, ask for a discount, and then go home to think about it for a few more weeks. So, which one do you sell? And which would you like to sell? Do you sell Hyundais to people who complain that it doesn't go as fast as a Ferrari? Or do you sell Ferraris to people who pay a deposit to be the first to get the new model? By now, I think you understand why it's better to work with high-ticket clients. But that doesn't mean that you should throw away all of the hard work you've done up to this point. Instead, you need to find the correct positioning of your current offers in relation to your new high-value, high-ticket offer. I call this your offer suite. You see, not all offers are equal, but many offers take the same amount of time to sell. And when I studied why so many business owners get stuck at or around $1 million per year, I noticed something fascinating. It's easier to sell higher priced offers. And here's why. High-ticket buyers require less education about the offer. You don't have to teach them the basics. They know they have a problem that needs solving. High-ticket buyers value time over money. In fact, they're less likely to sit through a 3-hour webinar because that's not a good use of their time. You can create shorter funnels that pre-sell your offer instead of spending hours educating them. Plus, you can work with less clients and make more money. The more clients you have, the more headaches you have. And when you sell low-ticket offers, you need a lot of clients or customers. When you sell high-ticket offers, you actually spend less time selling because each high-ticket client is equal to 10, 20, or even 100 low-ticket ones. And probably the best part of all of this is that you can get bigger results for your clients when they buy your high-ticket offer. They're more motivated to get results themselves. You don't have to push them as hard as low-ticket clients because they want the result and they know they have to take action to achieve it. And most importantly, the results they get are much, much bigger. That means better testimonials for you. So what is an offer suite? Well, different offers serve different purposes in your business. Some offers are designed to get people in the door. These are called front-end offers, and they're typically low-ticket, low-priced offers. Some examples are acquisition offers, liquidation offers, and upsells and order bumps. Other offers are designed to generate profit. These are called back-end offers. Some examples are high-ticket offers, super high-ticket offers, and recurring offers. When we design an offer suite, it's best to start at the top and build it backwards. That means we should start with high-ticket or super high-ticket and then create the other offers when we scale. And that requires us to focus. Focus on one thing at a time. Most business owners try to do everything at the same time, and that's the fastest way to burn your business down and burn yourself out. And they do this because they see all the new tools, the new strategies, the new technology, and lots of other shiny objects that distract them from what really matters. There will always be people telling you that you need to do something new. They will tell you that you have to be on every social media platform. They'll tell you that webinars are the only way to sell, or website funnels or social funnels, and those things work when you focus, but they don't work when your attention is spread between all of them at the same time. So you need to focus your energy and attention on what really works, and then repeat that over and over and over again. It might sound boring, but would you rather have a boring, booming business or an exciting, evaporating business? And when you're focused on what works, you need to cut out things that waste your time or distract you. Every business has parts of their operations that are time intensive and don't really add any value. Find them and get rid of them. And that's the next step. After you've stopped doing the activities that caused burnout and you focused on what really matters, you need to drop the things that hold you back. Some of the key elements you need to consider here are 80-20 rules, high leverage activities, when to centralize your business activities and when to decentralize them, how to design layered teams, and how to delegate. Now, a lot of people talk about the 80-20 rule or the Pareto principle, and a lot of people interpret it differently and apply it to different aspects of their business. Here's what I've found to be true. In most businesses, there is one offer, one product or service, one solution that the business provides, which accounts for about 80% of the revenue. And then many businesses that get stuck between $250,000 per year and $2 million per year have lots of other offers that they try to sell at the same time. Altogether, they account for about 20% of the revenue. And so many businesses get stuck here because they think they need to offer variety. They think they need to accommodate everyone. And that's usually because they aren't properly positioned to attract super high ticket buyers from the beginning. Because when you're positioned correctly, you don't have to work with anyone and everyone. Businesses that are just getting started are desperate for the first few clients, and they might work with anyone and everyone, but that type of behavior is detrimental to your business at higher levels of scale and revenue. So focus on the top 20% of your current clients and ask yourself how you could better serve them. How could you provide more value to them? What would you need to change in order to work exclusively with clients similar to the 20% who pay the most? Then take a look at your expenses. So many businesses that reach $1 million per year in revenue spend all of their money operating the business. It's pointless, really. Your business needs to pump out profit, not just sales. So what would you need to do in order to reduce your expenses to 20% of your revenue or less and keep 80% profit? And then think about how you spend your time. Are you doing meaningless tasks that could easily be delegated to teammates or outsourced to contractors? How much time do you spend answering emails, messages, doing sales calls, bookkeeping, following up with clients who stopped paying? It's a waste of time when you're playing in the big leagues. Instead, at least 80% of your time should be spent on high leverage activities that really move the needle in your business. High leverage activities are the ones that bring you exponential return. You do them once and they keep producing results for you. They generate significant revenue with minimal ongoing effort. One example is targeted evergreen content. The word targeted is key here. There's already an internet full of crappy content. Don't add more. Focus on quality instead of quantity, and be sure to speak directly to your target audience. You may have worked with beginners in the past, but if you want to sell super high ticket offers, you need to switch gears. Beginner content attracts beginner clients. Reposition yourself to work with top-tier clients who don't need you to explain the basics. Show them that you understand their situation and can help them solve their problems by speaking directly to them through your content. This type of content is high leverage because it serves multiple purposes and can be reused and repurposed. Make it once, use it forever. Another example is digital products. If you've already come this far in your business, online courses aren't anything new to you. But the mistake a lot of business owners make is thinking that a course has to be a product itself. Instead, think of courses as containers of knowledge and instruction. They can be packaged together with other elements of your offer. Buying a recorded online course alone for $120,000 isn't what most high-ticket buyers are looking for. But 3 90-minute consultations that include a recorded online course or two with the step-by-step instructions of how to do what was discussed in the consultations are sold for $30,000 all the time. Another example of high leverage activity is advertising. When paid advertisements are created, set up, and configured properly, they can run for months or even years and produce a steady stream of leads and sales. It's like turning on a faucet and letting the water run. You only have to turn it on once, and it continues flowing with minimal effort on your part. The last example of high leverage activities that I want to talk about with you today is systems and infrastructure. This is what you should focus on when you've reached the next level. Most million-dollar businesses start with the owner doing everything. Then they add a couple of teammates. The system changes so that the teammates can do some of the low-level activities that the owner used to do. That's the simple way of explaining it. But the business owners that make it past $1 million are able to focus on targeted evergreen content, digital products, advertising, or other high leverage activities. But the ones who reach $10 million and higher have to switch from doing those things themselves to delegating content, products, and advertising so that they can focus exclusively on systems and infrastructure. This means they spend their time differently. Instead of taking action with their own hands, they need to understand how to get the same results using the hands of their teammates. They spend more time analyzing, reading, learning, and optimizing. They categorically refuse to spend their time doing low leverage activities, and they transition away from doing any of the direct activities inside the business. They truly work on the business from the outside instead of working in the business from the inside. In other words, their business is completely decentralized. It's not centered on them and their own actions within the business. They know which levers they can pull in the business to reach their intended result. And the bigger the business gets, the less often they pull those levers with their own hands. They know which levers need to be pulled because they track the right metrics. They use analytics and reports to inform every decision. Most businesses under $1 million operate based on whims and gut reactions. Businesses that continue to add million after million use dashboards to centralize the data that's collected into a format that's easy to understand and informs their decisions. That's why they can spend 5 minutes looking at a dashboard and be confident that they're making the right decision. 5 minutes of work can generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in revenue when you know what to look for and you measure the right metrics. But you can't do it alone. You don't win any prizes for working more hours than everyone else in your team. You don't get a reward for sleepless nights and 18-hour work days. You get the opposite. You burn out and your business burns down. But building a great team is more than just hiring, onboarding, and training. When you're looking for a new teammate, don't think of them as the person who needs to do exactly what you do now. It's better to think of them as the person who will do activities that are necessary to your business so that you can focus on higher leverage activities. You aren't losing money by hiring them, you're making more money by hiring them. If you can't see how your business adds additional revenue by adding additional teammates, then there's a chance that those teammates are unnecessary. Teammates shouldn't be an expense to you. They should be a purchase of additional time for yourself. And because your time is highly valuable, you're buying back your time to grow the business. Most business owners hire people they already know and trust. Sometimes that's a family member or a friend, or sometimes that's someone who worked with them in a different role and now they want to retrain them to do a completely new job. And that gets them in trouble later. Instead, you want to hire for experience. Don't hire someone because you think they might be able to learn something new and do it well. Hire someone because they're better than you and they have the experience and track record to back it up. In the beginning, you'll probably train new hires yourself. You'll show them what you've done and you'll ask them to replicate it. They won't be able to. No one will do everything exactly the way you do it. You shouldn't have that expectation. Instead, you need to know exactly which activities should be done to reach the result, and you need to document your instructions in a clear way that's easy to follow. By documenting everything, you'll make it easy for your teammates to do the job, and you'll give them a system for teaching new teammates how to do it too. Whenever you spend time training someone, make sure you're creating resources and training content to put in place so that you never have to do the same training with someone else in the future. And the biggest mistake business owners make is not connecting job responsibilities to revenue and other important metrics that directly relate to the success of the business. When you hire someone and show them that their success will be based on clear, objective numbers, there's no debate about their job performance. You'll see the best return on your investment into teammates when you make them responsible for a chunk of the revenue generated. We'll talk more about that in a couple minutes. The most important thing for you to do if you really want to transform your business and add a few $1,000,000 to your annual revenue is to delegate. Most business owners think they delegate, but really they keep micromanaging the day-to-day activities in their business. When you were under $250,000 per year, you needed to do a lot of stuff yourself. But if you want to grow the business, you have to start delegating more now. Don't wait until later. Make a plan to exit the activities that take your time away from what really matters. Start with low leverage activities. Anything that has to be repeated over and over again needs to go to someone else, or maybe you can automate it so that no one has to spend time on it at all. When you've successfully delegated the low leverage activities, you can start delegating the higher leverage ones. Because the longer you keep your hands on the wheel, the longer you'll be a necessary piece of the machine. It's tempting to jump in for your teammates and do something faster than they can do. But as soon as you put your hands back on the wheel, you'll find yourself spending more time on less important tasks, and you'll be doing a disservice to your team. You've got your teammates in position, let them drive. And most likely, you'll get bored watching them do what you used to do. You'll want to try something new. You'll be tempted to create a new funnel, a new product, a new offer, or something else. And you have to resist that temptation. When you feel like you're bored because you don't have the active role that you had in the beginning of your business, it's time to learn. Gain knowledge that will help you make better, more informed decisions. Now, at this point, your business isn't in flames anymore. You've stopped doing the things that limited your growth up to this point. You've dropped the things that will limit your growth moving forward. And now you're ready to see how high this business can fly. Here are the key elements you need to consider next. 𝗙𝗵𝗹𝗲, I'll explain what that is. Revenue buckets, insane value, which is my favorite, repeatable system, and scaling profitably. There are 4 ways your business is going to grow. Acquisition is what most people focus on. This is where businesses get stuck under $1 million a year, and sometimes after that. They think it's all about getting new leads and clients constantly. Yes, that's an important part of your business, but if that's all you focus on, you won't be very profitable. Instead, you need to think about how you're going to increase the monetization of the leads and customers that you already have. What are you doing to get more money from the resources and people you have already worked so hard to find? Most businesses that I work with focus on acquisition too much, and they don't focus on monetization enough. And then after you've got a new customer, how do you take them to the next level within your offer suite? What is the next step they need to take so that they can make an additional higher level and higher cost purchase from you? Again, most of the businesses I've worked with underperform in this area. They get the client once, and then they forget about them. But creating a clear journey for the customer to follow that leads them into your next offer is essential if you want to be profitable. Think about it. When you acquire a new customer, you have acquisition costs that can eat up all of your profit. But after they are a customer, you don't have to reacquire them. Every higher level purchase grows your revenue without growing your acquisition expenses. Some businesses stop there. They have a few levels of offers, and that's it. Each offer can be purchased once, the product is used, and the relationship is finished. But businesses that scale past 7 figures always find a way to generate recurring revenue. This gives the business stability, predictability, and sustainability because it's much easier to keep a client who uses a service that they like than it is to sell to a new customer or sell something new to an existing one. And that's why you need revenue buckets. This is a different way to look at your team's performance. Most businesses describe the responsibilities of each teammate based on the activities that need to take place or the tasks that need to be completed. Instead, you want to describe each teammate's responsibilities according to a bucket of revenue. Which revenue is each team member responsible for? This gives you clear numbers that tell you if it's working or not, and it makes success an objective measurement. You'll do that by segmenting your revenue. If you have more than one offer, you can segment your revenue according to those offers or products. But another way to think about revenue buckets is which type of revenue is being generated. You might have one teammate responsible for acquisition and another teammate responsible for your back-end offer. And when you've got your revenue segmented into buckets, you need to track specific metrics that show the health of each segment of revenue. They should each be tracked according to the metrics that matter for that bucket. And the way you ensure that you're always selling something that people are ready to pay top dollar for is by providing insane value. Not good value, not great value, insane value. When I say that you need insane value, what I mean is that you want your offer to be so valuable that a person would have to be crazy not to buy it. Because your offer is the tip of your spear, and it has to be razor sharp. It needs to be irresistible. It should resonate with the target audience. Let's face it, if the tip breaks, the spear is useless. After you've perfected your offer, it's time to think about the user experience. Not just how they use the product, but the entire process of purchasing it, setting it up, contacting support, and other aspects of their experience from the beginning of the transaction to the end. Most business owners leave money on the table by never really turning the delivery of their product into a sales process instead of a support process. When the experience is better, you're more likely to see purchases above and beyond your current pricing. Another mistake I see a lot of business owners make is forgetting to apply the same level of detail to the user experience of their teammates. If you design an easy-to-use system for managing and communicating with your teammates, they'll stay with you longer and work better. But more importantly, they'll do the work happily and will be excited to contribute to the team's results. The next mistake so many people make is not reinvesting into the product. Don't get me wrong, you have to invest a lot into marketing to get sales pouring in. But the product itself needs to feel like a living organism. It needs to grow in front of the clients, and you need to enhance their journey. By optimizing each piece of your offer, the user experience, the teammate experience, and then reinvesting into the product, you'll naturally start to develop a relationship with clients and colleagues. If you're not, then you're missing big opportunities. Your goal should always be to build a relationship with each customer and with each teammate. You'll have a more profitable and more fulfilling business that way. After you're 100% sure that you've added insane value that will leave customers begging for more, you need to structure your team's work into an easy, repeatable system. The key is to maintain flexibility in your processes, but to draw clear lines. And this is where project management strategies are implemented. Managers typically use KPIs, key performance indicators, or OKRs, objectives and key results, to provide teammates with objective measurements of success. The team should operate in sprints. They have clear objectives to meet in the next 2 weeks, 6 weeks, 12 weeks, and the work needs to be planned, not spontaneous. I suggest using a backlog for your ideas. Most business owners have a new idea to grow their business or sell a new product every 5 minutes. It's great to be passionate about your business, but switching the team's focus away from the planned work in the sprint is only going to yield negative results. Use a backlog to save your new ideas. Then do a backlog review and prioritize which ideas will produce the largest result in the shortest amount of time, and plan how you will execute that idea. In order to give clear instructions to your teammates and even to your customers, it's important to develop SOPs, standard operating procedures, or other formal business processes that can be documented. These documents actually increase the value of your business because you can more easily describe how things happen. Eventually, you want one of your teammates to write SOPs for you. Build it into your business. Most importantly, you need to have a centralized system that integrates your marketing channels, ad platforms, product sales, and other areas of your business. This makes it easier for you to make informed, data-driven decisions. We use the Level Up method, which gives us 8 clear steps to follow when adding new tools, new strategies, or even new teammates. And when you have systems in place, you can scale profitably. When scaling, don't make the mistake of trying to increase all of your revenue buckets at the same time. Focus on one of them first, the one that's easiest to scale and has high potential for growth. Your profit centers are going to be in your back end and recurring offers because there are usually no additional acquisition costs. You want to grow your business from the top down and inside out. What I mean is you want to sell high ticket before low ticket. That's top down. And you want to grow your revenue from customers and leads you already have before you try to attract frigidly cold leads. That's inside out. And a huge mistake that I see so many business owners make is trying to solve problems that do not exist. If you don't have 10,000 customers, then don't break a working system to prepare for having 10,000 customers. You should always solve for the real problems that your business is facing now instead of possible future situations. It's as simple as stop, drop, and roll. One of our clients did this. They increased the lifetime value of their recurring subscription customers 91%. In 2 months, while growing their average revenue per new subscription customer 53%. In 2 months. If they could do it, so can you. And what if we increased your business by just 25% in 90 days? What would happen? If you're already doing $1 million per year, That's $250,000 added to your business in just 90 days. So you're on track to do $2 million by following our system and by using our level up method. But I like to be pessimistic when projecting sales and growth. They were able to achieve huge growth over a short period of time, but let's imagine the worst case scenario. The worst that could happen is maybe you only grow your business 10% in 90 days. And what would happen if your business grew 10% in the next 90 days? If your business is already at $1 million per year, then adding 10% to your business means adding $100,000. That's $100,000 added to your business in 90 days, and that's the worst case scenario. They did more than 10%, so you can do at least 10% in 90 days. And here's who we help. Business owners and their teams. We understand that you've probably got your team already, and you won't be growing your business alone. So we will work with you and your team to get the results you're looking for. This works for businesses that are currently doing between $250,000 and $5 million in sales annually. If you've done at least $1 million in the last 3 years, then you qualify for this too. We work with business owners who know what they need, who are looking for help, who want something simple that works, who have tried other people and other solutions. You may have already tried agencies and coaches and been disappointed. You want fast results and you know how to take action. You've tried different approaches, you've been around the block, and you understand how this investment will grow your business. But it's important for me to tell you that we only work with business owners who are positive and respectful. We aren't desperate for clients. We want to build a relationship based on mutual respect. If we see red flags in our communication, we aren't going to move forward. We love it when our clients tell us thank you after getting results. And the people we work with are ready to start now. They know what they want and they're ready to get what they want. Here's how it works. We work with business owners to grow their business in 90 days inside of our Your Next Million Growth Accelerator. Our system can be implemented in just a few days. We customize the roadmap for each business we work with because every business has its own intricacies and nuances. And we have a growth guarantee that makes your investment risk-free. And this will work even if you don't have thousands of followers, it doesn't require complex funnels, and you don't have to be tech savvy. And here's what our work together will look like. We'll have VIP days, which are one-on-one consultations. You can copy and paste our templates and elements of our existing businesses. We will integrate your current business processes into our system. You don't have to start from scratch. Our framework shows you exactly where each process fits into your business and how to go from doing a million things all at once to doing one thing at a time, but a million times more effectively. And throughout our work together, there will be a 24/7 open and direct line of communication where you can ask questions and get feedback. This isn't some kind of group forum where you just post a question and wait for an answer. You'll be communicating directly with me, one-on-one, and I check it about 20 times every day. Plus, I'll bring my team in to help with anything that might require specialized help. We've got campaign managers, strategists, project managers, video editors, graphic designers, product managers, and more. They are all at your disposal because success is a team effort. And my role in your team will be Chief Growth Officer. I remember when I first reached $1 million per year, I interviewed CMOs, Chief Marketing Officers, and I quickly found out that they were out of my budget and they rarely had experience doing the work themselves. They had always worked with teams of people who pushed the buttons, and they didn't know how it worked on a basic level. That's what inspired me to create this growth accelerator. You don't need to make the mistake of hiring a big shot CMO who doesn't even know what a lookalike audience is. You need someone who's going to complement your role as founder, owner, or CEO. And that's why the businesses we work with get big results and fast results. And the beauty of our system is that after it's been implemented, you can scale it. So how many sales do you need? I told you how we transformed the offers of our clients from one-time, low-cost offers to recurring, high-ticket offers. We turned a $500 one-time offer into a $5,000 recurring offer. We turned a $2,000 offer into a $7,500 offer. We turned a $3,000 offer into a $30,000 recurring offer, and we turned a $10,000 one-time offer into a $120,000 recurring offer. When you have the right offer, the right team, and the right system, 1 or 2 clients can increase your profit and take your business to the next level. And that will turn into 5 clients and then 10 clients. And you'll see that adding $100,000 per month to your business is simple. So if you meet these criteria, if this describes you, then I'm happy to discuss how we can help your business grow to the next level. I'm very, very picky about who I work with. I turn business owners down all the time. Every business is different and every business owner is different. So if it won't work or if we aren't a good fit, then I'll tell you that and I won't waste your time or my time. But if you think you're a good fit, then let's schedule a call together. On the call, I'm going to be looking for clear opportunities for growth in your business, acquisition strategies, monetization strategies, ascension strategies, and I'm going to make sure that we have healthy communication from the beginning. Life's too short to work with rude, disrespectful clients. You shouldn't work with those types of people regardless of how much they're willing to pay you. And that's exactly how I operate too. No amount of money can convince me to work with someone who's unprofessional or cannot communicate respectfully. Because the best clients for you to work with are ones who are prepared and ready to do what needs to be done to achieve the transformation they're looking for. And they make that clear to you from the first time you interact with them. So the business owners that I work with meet all of the qualifying criteria that I've mentioned in this presentation. If this is you, schedule a call. Choose the date and time of our call. Let's talk about your next $1 million. Reserve your time slot now. Let's talk about how we can grow your business 25% in 30 days, 91% in 90 days, 166% in 12 months, or even 172% in 6 months. Let's talk about adding insane value to your business by adding insane value to your clients so that they make a transformation from that to this. Thank you for your time and attention. Time is our most valuable resource. We never get it back. I truly appreciate you sharing your time with me. Speak soon. Bye-bye.